There's also new information tonight about donations from the wealthiest people in the country that found their way to local election officials all over America. Because billionaires don't yet have enough influence in this country, Mark Zuckerberg and his wife apparently gave $350 million to a nonpartisan nonprofit called the Center for Tech and Civic Life. Right. Yeah. The group then redistributed the funds to government officials, ostensibly to help them conduct the 2020 election. Again, we're just relieved that tech moguls are finally getting some influence on American life. Scott Walter, the president of the Capital Research Center, has looked into these donations and joins us tonight to tell us what he's found. Scott, thanks so much for coming on.
Great to be here.
What was this about exactly?
Well, for years, the left has been spending a fortune every cycle through these supposedly nonpartisan nonprofits to juice turnout among the demographics and in locations that help get their people elected. Smart strategy, right? This year, they took it to a new level, and they supercharged it first with that $350 million. Usually, it's maybe around $100 million by a variety of places like, Soros's foundation, Ford Foundation, that sort of thing. But Zuckerberg supercharged it with $350 million to one nonprofit, and then it went to thousands of local election officials, and we're starting to do an analysis at the Capital Research Center, state by state. And we found in our first analysis of Georgia, he got some serious return on investment.
I mean, I got to take 3 steps back and ask, if you're Mark Zuckerberg, you already control social media, the way that people communicate with their loved ones in America. You're a billionaire by 30. Do you really need to control our elections, too? Why didn't anyone say anything about this?
Well, I can only guess at his motives, but there are two that look really obvious to me. Would you rather have Biden in the White House or Trump in the White House if you're scared about tech regulation? That's not hard. And then second, he's getting a lot of grief from the left because he's not oppressing conservatives enough on Facebook. So, hey, hand him an election.
So is there an effort, a systematic effort to determine what the effect of these donations were on election night?
Well, I'm only aware of our effort. As I said, we're doing state-by-state analysis. We started with Georgia. I'll give you 2 quick stats that are pretty impressive. You look at the 10 counties that the Center for Tech and Civic Life appears to have given the biggest grants to. They're not, of course, doing full disclosure, but as best we've been able to uncover, 10 biggest grants went 9 out of 10 Biden counties. And then if you look at the 10 counties in Georgia out of 159 that had the biggest shifts in the Democrat direction, average shift of 14 points, which is huge in an election, they funded 9 out of 10 of those. So,
I got to say, it's so frustrating to watch, is the left is incredibly organized. They understand how systems work and they want to control the systems. The people who actually like America and would like to preserve it are not very organized. Like, they make a lot of noise on TV and stuff, but they don't seem to kind of get their act together in order to affect long-term change. Have you noticed this?
No, it's absolutely true. And in this case, one of the fixes would be to make it illegal for these C3 nonprofits to do voter registration and get out the vote by themselves, much less handing it off to government officials. But the law is murky. So on the conservative side, people are scared. I don't want to break the law, so they don't do it. And on the left-wing side, well, of course, they're shameless.
Yeah, because they control the system, so there's no punishment. I mean, if you're Roger Stone, you go to jail for the rest of your life. But, these guys will never be punished for anything, as you well know. Scott Walter, great to see you tonight. Thank you.
Thanks so much.